Good afternoon from wherever you are watching us from here in Kenya and all over the world. Welcome to the Touchline here on Y254. I'm Robert Osoro. It has been a very good week when it comes to sports. The UEFA Champions League is kicking off on the September 18th. But before we talk about that, we've got to discuss a very major topic that will be on our conversation today on the fan zone, which is the UEFA Nations League. What do you think about the UEFA Nations League? 22162, starting with the word touch, is how you can get in touch with us and tell us your thoughts about that league, because it comes in a midst where we have got other competitions going on, and these are new competition that has been introduced by the UEFA authority itself. How is this going to affect the players? That's the discussion we are going to have today. It has also been a week where Kenya national team Harambee Stars has been preparing to play the Black Stars of Ghana in the second edition of the Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers for 2019. Will Kenya go against the Black Stars led by Kwesi Appiah? Sebastian Migne and Kwesi Appiah will be giving us their thoughts ahead of this game that will be kicking off at 4 p.m. at the Kasarani International Stadium here in Nairobi, Kenya. It is also a weekend where the Dala Sevens is back on track. Homeboys have already won 3 of the legs in Prince Lu in drift. They lost Driftwood in Mombasa, but they won the Prince Lu Sepetuka and the Kabeberi Sevens. They only lost to the semi-finals of Mwamba at the Driftwood Sevens in Mombasa, but today they are back and they are the defending champions of the Dala Sevens. Will they go ahead and win that one? In Nyanyuki from 8 a.m. today to 4:30 p.m. will be the Kenya National Rally Championships that will be happening there, the 6th round of those championships. Who will be heading home with that one? The ceremony will be happening at the Batian View, and we'll be hoping to see who will be the winner of the 6th round of the Kenya National Rally Championship. It never happened last season because of the heavy rains that were pounding on in Nyanyuki, but it is back this time round. Good afternoon once again and welcome to the Touchline on the 8th of September 2018 here in Nairobi, Kenya. I'm Robert Osoro. Maxwell Asike is not here with us today. He's actually at Kasarani. He'll be giving us a live link to KBC Channel 1 on the Kenya versus Ghana game. But today here in studio, I'm lucky to be joined by people who love football and love sports in general. To my extreme left is Ken Matiba, Liverpool fan. Welcome to the Touchline, my friend.
I'm glad to be here.
What do you think of the UEFA Nations League?
I think UEFA Nations League is a good thing because it helps in nurturing the football nationally.
Yes.
Instead of, we are used to the club football, but with national football, it creates a break from just looking, just concentrating concentrating on club football, where a lot of money has to be spent to get results. So we rather focus on patriotism, where it's not all about money, it's about being a patriot and playing for your country.
God, Kenneth Matiba, there for him. He's for the UEFA Champions League, that it is a good thing that the UEFA have introduced. In the center there, we've got Tupac Wawire, who is a Chelsea fan. I've got to ask you, Tupac, it's your very first time to come here on the Touchline. Welcome to the Touchline. But straight on to the UEFA Nations League. What do you make of the UEFA Nations League?
Okay, first of all, thank you for having me here.
Yes.
The same with my colleague. I'm for the UEFA Nations League, because what UEFA has done basically is introducing a system whereby we have the standings at the moment. Because in the past, not most people used to take the friendlies seriously, but at the moment we have standings.
Yes.
So at least if you are finished bottom of the table or something like that, you are relegated. If you finish in the top in the other standings, when you finish at the top, you are promoted. That will bring a bit of competition.
Yes.
And the way the standings are made is in such a way that teams with the same caliber of players, they play against each other. So it's not like in the past you could meet like England meeting Malta, Germany versus Gibraltar. So not many people will take
bring more competition to the Euros now.
Yeah, because most the lower teams will want to be promoted, and the upper teams will not want to be relegated to the others.
Yeah. And also joining us here as usual is Xavier Mulakwa, diehard Liverpool fan. My friend, the UEFA Nations League, are you for it or not for it?
I'm for it. To pick it from where you're saying competition level,
Yes.
at least is growing. We are seeing teams putting much stronger lineups, not that just normal players playing, but we are seeing the Pogbas featuring in the lineup. We are seeing the people like Neymar featuring. They're not rested, so it's a good thing.
Yeah.
And actually for the managers to also, the gigs to also showcase what they can do in the international level.
Yes.
So we are able to see the young players who are now managers doing something.
Well, the UEFA Champions League kicked off on Thursday. It is the inaugural edition, and we saw Germany go against France, one of the World Cup winner and the previous World Cup winner in 2014. So, according to the people here, they are saying it is good that the UEFA actually have come up with the UEFA Nations League. One of the things that it will be replacing will be the international friendlies, but that is to UEFA. My major question I also have, and I usually ask everyone, Europe seems to be taking over when it comes to world football. The World Cup was expanded to 48 teams come 2026 that will be happening in the US, Canada and Mexico, and 16 teams from the UEFA region will be making it to that edition. Is this monopolizing football? That's for you to tell us on 22162. So today we start with our conversation with Abdul Sidi, a former rally navigator from back in the 80s and 90s. He actually navigated Patrick Njiru, the legendary Patrick Njiru. Today he has an academy, the Abdul Sidi Rally Academy, where he teaches people on how to do rallying. Is it an expensive sport to get in? That is usually what everybody says. Let's take a look and listen into Abdul Sidi on what he has to tell us about his rally academy.
Hizo mahand clothes tutumie kama vibes. Pia ni vizuri pia madams wanamadha wanadvesiwa kwa mwenye anayuzi kitu kama ile ni mama.